Are you lying awake at night wondering why you can't fall asleep even though you feel exhausted? If this sounds like you, type "sleep" in the comments. Today, I'm counting down the 13 things you're doing before bed that are sabotaging your sleep, from mildly disruptive to absolutely devastating for your rest. And stick around, because habit number 1 is the most shocking sleep destroyer that almost everyone does without realizing it. Meet Sarah, a 46-year-old teacher from Oregon. Last year, she was exhausted and frustrated. She'd been struggling with sleep for months, lying awake for hours every night despite feeling tired. She tried everything she could think of: different pillows, blackout curtains, even sleep apps, but nothing seemed to work, and she was waking up more tired than when she went to bed. What Sarah didn't realize was that she was doing 11 of the habits on today's list every single night. Within 4 weeks of eliminating just 6 of these sleep-disrupting behaviors, she was falling asleep within 20 minutes and sleeping through the night for the first time in over a year. Here's what's happening in your body during menopause that makes sleep so challenging. Your estrogen and progesterone levels drop dramatically, disrupting your natural sleep-wake cycle and making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Your body temperature regulation becomes less efficient, leading to night sweats and hot flashes that can wake you multiple times per night. Your stress hormone cortisol often becomes elevated, keeping your mind racing when you should be winding down. Additionally, the decrease in melatonin production that comes with age makes it harder for your body to recognize when it's time to sleep. Your nervous system becomes more sensitive to disruptions, meaning things that never bothered your sleep before can now keep you awake for hours. Quality sleep becomes even more crucial during menopause because it's when your body repairs itself, balances hormones, and consolidates memories. Poor sleep can worsen menopausal symptoms, increase weight gain, and affect your mood and cognitive function. Let's dive in. 13. Drinking too much water before bed. While staying hydrated is important, drinking large amounts of water in the 2 hours before bedtime can disrupt your sleep by causing frequent trips to the bathroom. This becomes more problematic during menopause when bladder sensitivity often increases. Each time you wake up to use the bathroom, it takes your body time to fall back into deep sleep. These interruptions can fragment your sleep cycle, leaving you feeling tired even if you think you slept for 8 hours. The disruption is particularly problematic during menopause because your sleep becomes naturally lighter and more fragmented. What might have been a quick bathroom trip in your 20s can now result in lying awake for an hour trying to fall back asleep. Your kidneys also become less efficient at concentrating urine as you age, meaning you may need to urinate more frequently even with normal fluid intake. Adding extra water before bed compounds this problem. To maintain good hydration without disrupting sleep, aim to drink most of your water earlier in the day and limit intake to small sips in the 2 hours before bedtime. If you're thirsty before bed, try just rinsing your mouth with water instead of drinking a full glass. 12. Eating heavy or spicy meals. Eating large, heavy, or spicy meals within 3 hours of bedtime can significantly disrupt your sleep quality. Your digestive system needs time to process food, and lying down too soon after eating can cause discomfort and interfere with your body's natural wind-down process. Spicy foods can raise your body temperature, which works against your body's natural cooling process that signals it's time to sleep. During menopause, when temperature regulation is already compromised, this can be particularly disruptive. Heavy meals require significant energy to digest, keeping your metabolism elevated when it should be slowing down for sleep. This can make it harder to fall asleep and can cause restless sleep throughout the night. Fatty or greasy foods can also cause acid reflux or heartburn when you lie down, creating physical discomfort that makes it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep comfortably. If you must eat close to bedtime, choose light, easily digestible foods like a small piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a small serving of yogurt. These provide nutrients without overwhelming your digestive system. 11. Taking long naps after 3 p.m. While short power naps can be refreshing, napping for more than 20 to 30 minutes or napping after 3 p.m. can interfere with your nighttime sleep. Long naps can leave you feeling groggy and disrupt your natural sleep drive. During menopause, when sleep is already fragmented, late afternoon naps can make it even harder to fall asleep at your regular bedtime. Your body's natural circadian rhythm becomes confused about when it should be alert and when it should be sleepy. Long Long naps can also reduce the buildup of adenosine, a chemical that accumulates in your brain throughout the day and helps you feel sleepy at bedtime. If you reduce this natural sleepiness through napping, you may find yourself wide awake when you want to go to sleep. If you feel the need to nap, limit it to 20 minutes and make sure it's before 3 p.m. Set an alarm to prevent oversleeping and try to nap in a slightly uncomfortable position to avoid falling into deep sleep. If you're consistently needing long naps, it may be a sign that your nighttime sleep quality needs improvement rather than supplementing with daytime sleep. 10. Using electronic devices. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, computers, and televisions can suppress your body's production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. This makes it harder to feel sleepy and fall asleep naturally. Studies show that using electronic devices for 2 or more hours before bedtime can seriously disrupt the melatonin surge needed to fall asleep. The stimulating content on these devices can also keep your mind active and alert when you should be winding down. During menopause, when melatonin production is already declining, exposure to blue light can further compound sleep difficulties. Your brain may struggle to recognize that it's time to sleep, leaving you feeling wired despite being physically tired. The interactive nature of electronic devices also keeps your brain engaged and stimulated. Scrolling through social media, reading emails, or watching exciting content can trigger stress responses that make it difficult to transition into a calm, sleepy state. To protect your sleep, establish a digital curfew at least 1 hour before bedtime. If you must use devices, consider blue light blocking glasses or use night mode settings that reduce blue light emission. 9. Drinking alcohol. While alcohol might initially make you feel drowsy, it significantly disrupts your sleep quality throughout the night. Alcohol interferes with your natural sleep cycles, reducing the amount of restorative deep sleep and REM sleep you get. As your body metabolizes alcohol, it can cause a rebound effect that leads to wakefulness in the second half of the night. This is why you might fall asleep easily after drinking, but then wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. unable to get back to sleep. Alcohol also acts as a diuretic, increasing the likelihood that you'll need to wake up to use the bathroom during the night. These interruptions fragment your sleep and prevent you from getting the continuous rest your body needs. During menopause, when sleep is already more fragmented, alcohol can worsen existing sleep problems. It can also trigger or intensify hot flashes, leading to additional sleep disruptions throughout the night. If you choose to drink alcohol, try to finish your last drink at least 3 hours before bedtime to give your body time to metabolize it before you sleep. 8. Consuming caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of about 6 hours, meaning that if you have coffee at 4 p.m., half of the caffeine is still in your system at 10 p.m. This can interfere with your ability to fall asleep and reduce your sleep quality even if you do manage to fall asleep. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is the chemical that builds up throughout the day and makes you feel sleepy. When caffeine blocks these receptors, you don't feel the natural tiredness that should signal bedtime. During menopause, your sensitivity to caffeine may increase, meaning that amounts that never bothered your sleep before can now keep you awake. Your body may also metabolize caffeine more slowly, extending its effects. Hidden sources of caffeine like chocolate, some medications, and certain teas can also contribute to sleep problems if consumed too late in the day. Even small amounts can be disruptive for sensitive individuals. To protect your sleep, avoid all caffeine after 2 p.m. If you're particularly sensitive, you may need to cut off caffeine even earlier in the day. Pay attention to hidden sources and read labels carefully. 7. Exercising intensely close to bedtime. While regular exercise is excellent for sleep quality, intense exercise within 3 hours of bedtime can be stimulating and make it harder to fall asleep. Vigorous exercise raises your heart rate, body temperature, and stress hormones, all of which can interfere with sleep. Exercise also increases the production of endorphins, which are energizing hormones that can leave you feeling alert and awake when you should be winding down. Your body temperature remains elevated for several hours after intense exercise, working against the natural cooling that signals sleep time. During menopause, when your body's temperature regulation is already compromised, exercising too close to bedtime can exacerbate this problem and make it even harder to cool down for sleep. However, gentle activities like stretching, yoga, or a leisurely walk can actually promote better sleep by helping you relax and release tension from the day. If you prefer evening workouts, try to finish intense exercise at least 3 hours before bedtime. Focus on calming activities in the hours leading up to sleep to help your body transition into rest mode. Before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, give it a like. It tells YouTube YouTube to recommend it with more women. Subscribe or share with your friends that might need it. 6. Working or studying in bed. Using your bed for activities other than sleep and intimacy can create a mental association between your bed and alertness rather than rest. When you work, study, or even watch TV in bed, your brain starts to see your bedroom as a place for activity rather than sleep. This conditioning can make it harder to fall asleep because your mind doesn't automatically shift into sleep mode when you get into bed. Instead, it may remain alert and active, expecting to engage in wakeful activities. During menopause, when sleep is already more challenging, maintaining strong sleep associations becomes even more important. Your brain needs clear signals about when it's time to sleep, and mixed associations can interfere with this process. The blue light from laptops and the mental stimulation from work or study can also directly interfere with your body's preparation for sleep, making it a double disruption to your rest. Keep your bedroom reserved for sleep and intimacy only. If you need to work or study in the evening, do so in another room and then transition to your bedroom only when you're ready to sleep. 5. Taking hot showers or baths right before bed. While a warm bath or shower can be relaxing, taking one immediately before getting into bed can actually interfere with your sleep. Your body temperature needs to drop to signal that it's time to sleep, and hot water raises your core temperature. Although you may feel relaxed after a hot shower, your elevated body temperature can make it harder to fall asleep quickly. Your body will need time to cool down before it can initiate the sleep process effectively. During menopause, when hot flashes and temperature regulation issues are already problematic, adding extra heat right before bed can compound these difficulties and make sleep even more elusive. The timing of your shower or bath is crucial. Taking a warm bath or shower 1 to 2 hours before bedtime can actually improve sleep by allowing your body temperature to rise and then fall, mimicking your natural circadian rhythm. If you prefer evening showers, try to finish at least an hour before bedtime, or consider taking a lukewarm rather than hot shower if you must shower close to sleep time. 4. Keeping your bedroom too warm. Your body's core temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, and a cool environment supports this process. Keeping your bedroom too warm can interfere with this natural cooling and make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. The ideal bedroom temperature for sleep is between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperatures above this range can cause restlessness and frequent awakenings throughout the night. During menopause, when hot flashes and night sweats are common, maintaining a cool bedroom becomes even more critical. A warm room can trigger or worsen these symptoms, leading to significant sleep disruptions. Poor temperature regulation can also affect the quality of your sleep cycles, reducing the amount of deep, restorative sleep you get even if you don't fully wake up. Invest in good ventilation, fans, or air conditioning to maintain a cool bedroom temperature. Consider breathable bedding materials and sleepwear that help regulate your body temperature throughout the night. 3. Engaging in stressful activities. Engaging in stressful activities like paying bills, having difficult conversations, or checking work emails before bed can activate your stress response and make it nearly impossible to fall asleep peacefully. Stress triggers the release of cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that are designed to keep you alert and ready for action. These hormones can take hours to clear from your system, keeping you awake long after the stressful activity has ended. During menopause, cortisol levels are often already elevated, and adding more stress before bedtime can push your nervous system into overdrive. Your mind may race with worries and concerns, making it impossible to quiet your thoughts for sleep. Stressful activities also activate your sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight-or-flight response. This is the opposite of the calm, parasympathetic state you need for sleep. Create a buffer zone of at least 1 hour before bedtime where you avoid stressful activities. Use this time for calming activities like reading, gentle stretching, or meditation to help your nervous system shift into rest mode. 2. Worrying or planning tomorrow. Lying in bed thinking about tomorrow's tasks, worrying about problems, or mentally planning your schedule can keep your mind active and alert when it should be winding down for sleep. This mental activity stimulates your brain and can trigger anxiety, making it difficult to achieve the calm, peaceful state necessary for sleep. Your mind becomes focused on future concerns rather than present relaxation. During menopause, when anxiety and mood changes are common, bedtime worrying can become a particularly problematic habit that feeds on itself. The more you worry about not sleeping, the more anxious you become, creating a vicious cycle. Racing thoughts can also prevent you from noticing your body's natural sleepiness cues, causing you to miss the optimal window for falling asleep easily. If your mind tends to race at bedtime, try keeping a journal by your bed to write down around tomorrow's tasks or concerns. This helps externalize your thoughts and signals to your brain that it can let go of these concerns for the night. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or meditation to help quiet your mind and focus on the present moment rather than future worries. 1. Inconsistent sleep schedule. Having an irregular sleep schedule is the most damaging habit for your sleep quality. Going to bed and waking up at different times each day confuses your body's internal clock and makes it difficult to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Your circadian rhythm thrives on consistency and predictability. When you constantly change your sleep schedule, your body never knows when to start producing melatonin or when to begin the natural wind-down process for sleep. During menopause, when your circadian rhythm is already disrupted by hormonal changes, inconsistent sleep timing can worsen existing sleep problems and make it nearly impossible to establish healthy sleep patterns. Weekend sleep-ins and late weeknight bedtimes create a form of social jet lag that leaves you feeling tired and out of sync throughout the week. Your body struggles to adjust to constantly changing sleep demands. Even if you get the same total amount of sleep, irregular timing can leave you feeling less rested and more fatigued than if you maintained a consistent schedule with slightly less total sleep time. The most powerful thing you can do for your sleep is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. This helps regulate your internal clock and makes falling asleep and waking up much easier and more natural. If you need to adjust your schedule, do so gradually by shifting your bedtime and wake time by 15 to 30 minutes every few days until you reach your desired schedule. If you've made it this far, congratulations! These 13 habits aren't just minor inconveniences, they're the hidden saboteurs that have been stealing your rest and leaving you exhausted. Your sleep struggles aren't a character flaw, and you're not imagining how much harder it's become to get good rest. The hormonal changes of menopause make quality sleep more challenging, but that also means the right changes can have an even bigger impact. Start small. Choose 2 or 3 habits from this list that you recognize in your own routine. Focus on changing one habit at a time for a week before adding another change. Notice how your sleep quality and energy levels improve as you eliminate these sleep disruptors. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every positive change you make is supporting your body's natural ability to rest and restore itself during this important transition. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. It tells YouTube to share it with more women who need this message. Subscribe for weekly videos on menopause health, hormone balance, and smart strategies to feel like yourself again. And comment below, which of these 13 habits surprised you the most? I read every comment and love hearing about your experiences. Now that you know what to avoid before bed, you're probably wondering what you should do instead. Make sure to check out my video 20-Day Challenge, 20-minute workout to lose your belly fat, where I share gentle evening routines that can actually improve your sleep quality. You've got this, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way.